Hey, check 1 2 1 2, and there we go. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome on this really random Sunday stream. Yeah, it's Sunday, right? Yeah, it's Sunday all day. Gotta work tomorrow. Apparently, that's a thing. Yeah. Hey, Pandemonium. Welcome. So yeah, apparently, well, obviously, there's been a bit of a randomness with streaming lately. I had to miss the last Tuesday stream and thought I'd do it on Wednesday, but then realized that Wednesday was essentially the no stream day in protest of some of Twitch's policies. Anyway, and then yeah, I kind of lost the ball there. So I thought I would just do some stuff today. Maybe not a lot because also it's Sunday again, and also I'm a bit tired already, and it's kind of late. I mean, not really late, but I woke up kind of early. Hey, Jason. So yeah, but either way, I wanted to work a little bit more on the ratings attack thing, and yeah, thought I would do it on stream because why not? Just so people can see where we're at right now. So last time on stream, I set up the animation essentially and like the whole aiming kind of thing. So now wherever you stop to aim, you have like a 120-degree cone to rotate. And yeah, it worked with like constraints on the rig, so I didn't have to do any weird animation stuff, and like the feet stay in place, so that looks kind of cool. And the transition can feel kind of good. I mean, there's still some polishing issues here and there, but I think it feels kind of good, kind of cool. And also I had some issues in the last stream where the jumping was like inconsistently. I was jumping and the character was just jumping way too high. Apparently that was, well, on me in one sense. Oh, thanks Pandemonium, the dust VFX. Yeah, I'm going to change that though at some point. Sorry to disappoint, but it don't quite fit with the stylized VFX I want to go. It's more realistic. But I think that the main premise is gonna stay there, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so the issue I was having apparently was that, well, the new input system, the new Unity's input system is not great for people who don't know how it works inside out, at least. And while I thought that I was just getting like the one input, like the one button press, for example, and was checking that for like jump and attack and dash and all that, apparently that was being registered like 5 or 6 times with every press, which was not great. So like every time I was jumping, I essentially called jump like 6 times concurrently. And yeah, I mean, I can't blame it for behaving weirdly, but now that's fixed, and also that means I got my double jump back, so that's cool. And yeah, now we have the aiming thing. Hey, Renatus Dev, and yeah, it is. And also give me 1 second, I will be right back. 1 second. And I'm back. Okay. Yeah, Renatus, the new input system is, yeah, scary is one word. Let's use scary for now. don't forget that you can remind me to hydrate if you actually spend orbs in the chat. I mean, I will probably remember to hydrate, but still. So yeah, for now, I mean, as I mentioned, I guess I won't be streaming for too long, but I want to, well, actually make the shooting of the ranged attack, because right now I'm just aiming, and yeah, I want to shoot something. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure as to what input to use for the shooting. Again, I mean, I'm copying Death's Door already way too much, so I might as well copy their buttons as well. Because right now you attack with like the X, which I guess is the standard thing to attack with, and I'm not using the B for anything. Or the Y. Oh, no, I think Y is interaction. Exactly like Death's Door actually. So yeah, I guess B could be shoot. Though I was thinking of maybe, you know, if you're aiming and you press attack, that then you actually shoot. So it kind of doubles as the same input. But I guess people would like the flexibility of that, you know, if they're charging to some arrow to shoot, if an enemy comes close, they probably wanna attack them like that, I guess. So yeah, so just out of curiosity, if I attack, yeah, it then goes back to aiming state. It's a bit weird, yeah, because it still has like the IK thing, no, not IK, the constraint thing. So you know, if I attack towards there, yeah, the rig kind of breaks. That's being kind of weird, but yeah, whatever. I'm gonna fix that at some. I mean, so much stuff to do already. So you know, why bother with the small stuff when I still have so many big stuff. All right, so I guess I've offloaded a lot of logic onto the player input script, which actually shouldn't really be the case. But that's what happens, so yeah, we'll deal with that. Alright, so okay, yeah, so I'm gonna add another button. I'm gonna call it shoot. And conveniently it's gonna be the same button as the Death's Door. So there's that, and I think it's, yeah, the rest seems the same, I guess. So save that. Now, I don't think that a shooting animation is necessary for the player, because I would probably like wrap the whole thing with VFX and flashes and all that, so I don't think it will ever be really visible. So yeah, I will shut my eyes with this VS Code thing. You think? Oh, I'm getting used to it actually. Now every other theme just looks really plain. Yeah, so I had to do this annoying thing now because I removed the triggered thing, so I'm using the callbacks, which is what it is, I don't know. Anyway, I'm tired of ranting about the new input system. Wait, shit. I'm gonna copy this whole thing. Okay, and I guess it's gonna be on player combat. Like I tried to like separate player scripts based on the logic and the functionality, but like the player input just does like most of that stuff, and though it shouldn't, I don't know. Like I'm this close to actually merging the whole thing together and just having the big player script. But yeah, whatever. So okay, I'm gonna have the public void shoot with the direction, which again I guess yeah, it shouldn't be determined in the player input script, but again here we are. Well, it should be in the motor. No, I mean it's an animation thing. Yeah, I don't know. It gets like it's a bit blurry zone there, but whatever. Okay, just to see this working. Ray from position to the direction, but like just to see well. And stay for 3 seconds, I don't know. Alright, so if you shoot, then you get a player combat and shoot towards that direction. Which direction is well, I do have the aiming direction, which is the desired direction? No. Nah. Actually. No, it's because I clamp it. Yeah, it's getting clamped in there. So I mean, it's okay, I can just get the aiming direction by subtracting the aiming target position from the transform position and normalize that. Why not? Yeah, sure, okay. That kind of works for me, I think. Oh, never added the input callbacks. Player input controls, player shoot, form, shoot, and remove that. I mean, yeah, remove that. Well, I mean, it's not necessary because I disabled the player input controls either way, and you know, if the player input script actually gets disabled, that means that the player has died or something, or that we're pause or something. I don't know. Okay, let's try this out. Turn on gizmos too, just so we can see. Okay, so oh crap. Okay, so yeah, now it works even if I'm not aiming because yeah, I haven't checked for that, but I will. So now it's going towards there. Now it's going towards there. Now towards there. There. Okay, yeah, but and it gets clamped and all that, so yeah, okay. I think that's reasonable. Alright. Let's only shoot if we're aiming, so aiming is aiming, I guess. Okay, so that's done. Let's actually shoot something out of that. Eventually it's gonna be pulled, but right now I want to be honest with you, I'm not gonna pull anything. I'm gonna instantiate and destroy. Hey, goofball Guinness. Game. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Game object. Arrow. I mean, is it gonna be an arrow? It's gonna be an arrow, but yeah, whatever. Projectile prefab. How am I spawning the projectiles on the enemy? It's the enemy alpha, I think. Yeah, I really need to change these names. Okay, I'm just instantiating that. And I'm calling projectile prefab here too. That's good. Okay, so project enemy alpha projectile. Okay, so the projectile is responsible for moving and checking. Wait, am I using a line cast for the hitting? Oh yeah, I am, but I'm doing a. I was just today talking about that. That's like a good way, or I mean, the more reliable way to get collisions with projectiles without using physics and like collision and whatnot, which is just, you know, get the previous position and line cast between that and the current position. Or I mean ray cast, but line cast is a bit better, I guess. Yeah, I'm not gonna fix that. Wait, but why is that a temporary fix? Looks good to me. Component concept object. Would that mean that? Does that mean that they can actually hit? Oh no, because the layer mask is for player only. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, I was just wondering. This projectile, it's the one that the enemies use, right? It has a... If it hits something, it will try to get a damageable object component, which is something that every damageable object has. So even if that's a player or the enemy or I don't know, some objects. But the thing is, I was wondering if the way I did that meant that the enemies could hurt each other. But they probably cannot, because the line cast uses a layer mask, which I can use to my advantage. It actually uses the same exact projectile for debug reasons, using a different layer mask to see if I can hit enemies. So that's cool. Okay. But like, yeah, duplicate the prefab and change that stuff. Alright. So that's cool. Glad I got that out of the way. Yeah, so I mean essentially it's just keep that in there, just in case. So transform position plus transform. Why did I do that? It's... Oh, okay, it's another temporary hack. Okay, so it's just so that it doesn't spawn from the center of the enemy. I'm gonna keep that. It's fine. Transform forward. No, not transform forward. Direction. So that actually is goes for this as well. Okay. All right. So prefabs. Yeah. So here's our projectile. It's looking good. Has a trail and particles and all the cool stuff. But I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna call it arrow, even though it's not really an arrow, but don't tell people. I do want static collider. I don't want the enemy. I want the player. I want enemies though. Do I not have a layer for enemies? I do not. I'm gonna make one. Anyway. Put that there. Yes, children, whatever. Arrow and hit enemies too. and throw that air combat, throw that in there. And let's all assume that this is going to work. Did I create all the assets myself? Yeah, I think I created, yeah. I mean, I have used some plugins like M3 to make the trees, though the texture for the leaves is mine and the shaders are mine, and yeah, the player model is mine. Oh, okay, that works. Okay, that's fun. And the cool thing is, if I'm not mistaken, okay, let's spawn an enemy here. Yeah, okay, he gets hit, alright? And he hits me. Whoa, that felt good. Okay, aiming is a bit rough. It's like really rough. I should probably have some sort of like aiming correction. Hey, InDemand64, welcome. Wow, okay, aiming is like really tough, but once you get it working, it's good. But damn, it's tough to aim. All right, that's something to keep in mind, I guess. But it's actually really cool that, I mean, it makes sense. And I'm acting like it's a surprising thing, but I actually made it work that way. But still, it's cool that it's using the impact particles from the melee attacks, because I never differentiated between that. It's just, you know, if it gets hit, it spawns cool particles. And it has a frame, stagger, and all that stuff. As a coder, I'm used to creating behavior with cubes and spheres, which is really nice to see with amazing assets. Yeah, I get what you mean by the monument, and here's the thing, I am a technical artist, right? So for the purpose of this project, I mean, either way, for this project I'm only working on it myself, so it doesn't have to do with me being a technical artist, but whatever. Since I'm doing both the code and the art, I have that in general. I cannot just work with prototype assets. I mean, at start, I'm going to, obviously. And if you had watched the early streams of this project, everything obviously was capsules and whatnot. But I cannot not have art for a while. I need to see something pretty, because I'm an artist as well. So, you know, I cannot leave it all like gray box. I can snap on enemies for an angle offset. Yeah, that's probably something I'm gonna do. But the thing is, damn. Okay, so it's so tough to lock it down, because like, especially if you're further away, the slightest angle change can have a severe impact on where your projectiles will go. But once you get it, it's like, yeah, it's like intense. Damn. Hit it. I want to try something. Okay, yeah. InDemand. InDemand. Yeah, I'm an artist. I have trouble calling myself an artist. I'm a technical artist, which means I make pretty things, but I make them with code. The bow in Hades. That's a good compliment. I'll take it. Yeah, I mostly double with like I do some VFX work as well. As you can see, I like making VFX. But yeah, I also make like shaders and systems for artists and like graphics. Not too low level graphics, but still like graphics stuff. Mostly shader work though. But I did start as a more conventional game developer. Okay, so that works. So now I'm curious. Oh, you're making a game too. I'm glad you think this looks cool. I mean, obviously still a long way to go. Also, it actually looks a bit better with grass. But as you're going to see, if I hit play now, the frame rate of the stream is gonna dip, because for some reason while streaming it doesn't like the grass. But it's not like it's that performance intensive. I mean, I still get like 300 FPS. But yeah, I'm planning to make it even prettier. But for now, I'm just focusing on combat stuff, because that's stuff that I haven't ever done in the past, and I'm actually having fun with making some cool combat. So yeah. Alright, where was I? So yeah, the snapping. So that's interesting, the snapping. And I have to think about how I should go about it essentially. So okay, there's actually something that I can use to my advantage. Let me see. Yeah, alright, so when I first started with the combat, I added the option for like targeting, where you could like change between targets and the camera would just show you and the target enemy. And you could switch between targets. That's why there's all this residual code that I'm not using anymore. My game is more 2D. I could never do 3D like this. Never say never. Actually, in many cases, especially art-wise, I'm gonna say that 3D can be easier than 2D in some cases, because you can actually go a long way with like very simple models and like even cubes. No, I said it, Pandemonium, sorry, I did say it. But like I did say it. Yeah, you can go a long way with just like cubes and simpler assets and a good aesthetic. While I mean 2D, 2D all you have is the art. I mean, you can't go big on lights, on light baking, or on particle systems. Oh, hardware wise. Okay, yeah, sorry, I don't know about that. But still, I mean, you could still make lightweight 3D games. Yeah, I mean, mobile devices play 3D stuff on them, so it shouldn't be. I mean, if you don't go crazy on the post-processing and batches and tries and all that, you should be fine. Anyway, so as I was saying about the combat zone, so I had the whole targeting thing, right? Which, in order to make it work, I essentially place enemies under an enemy zone, a combat zone, whatever. Actually, I should name this combat zone, which is also handy to let the player know that they're in a combat. So yeah, I imagine combat being more event based. So when you're entering combat, I don't know, maybe something on the camera changes, or like things get more intense. I don't know, or you can I could lock up the exits until you finish the combat. That's also a possibility. I don't know. But I have this system in place already, so that means that at any point the player knows the combat zone in which they're in, and also that means that they have access to all the enemies on there. So that's actually kind of cool, because that means that I can compare the direction I'm aiming at with the direction towards an enemy, any of the enemies on the combat zone, because I mean, it's not like it's gonna have like hundreds of enemies in a combat zone. It's not gonna go crazy like that. And you could snap like that. So yeah. Though I mean, yeah, I don't want it to be like locking though. So I should, yeah, I will have some wiggle, I guess. So something for an opinion. Yeah, Twitch can't show GIFs, but if you have like a Twitter and you have posted that stuff, you can go ahead. Or I mean, if you're interested in tech art and shaders and all that, you're obviously welcome to join the Technically Speaking Discord server we have, where we also have a section for feedback and game dev and whips and all that. So yeah, XRAs in a cone when aiming. So here's the thing. I mean, there's no reason I would do like a brute force kind of detection. Let me get you the invite link there for the Discord. There you go. Yeah, there's no need to go like all crazy with the detection, because I already know all the enemies. So I can just draw rays from the player to its enemy, and then actually compare the dot product of its direction with the direction I'm aiming at, and apply a threshold. Oh, you're already in. Oh, okay. Then yeah, we have a whip and feedback channel, so yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it's the whip and feedback, I think. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I mean, I can check also. I mean, I have it open. Yeah, whip and feedback. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so I have the player combat here. So the cool thing that the Death's Door is doing, I have noticed, is that it has a pretty, it doesn't snap while aiming, but it snaps when you're shooting. So you can shoot towards somewhere, but actually I've noticed that the arrow will, in most cases, go actually towards the enemy, regardless of, how off you were. So that means that I actually don't even have to change the player input or like the aiming itself. I can hack the direction as I am shooting the projectile. What's wrong with my hair? Jesus. Okay. So let's try that. That's gonna be a range. Let me check. That's a nice idle animation. I'm not sure. I know you wanted to go with a secondary motion on the hair, but it feels like the cycles are a bit off. So that's maybe something to iterate upon. But again, also I'm not an animator, so just this is like my first thought on that. Anyway, so yeah, aiming, snap, any snapping threshold. That's gonna be range going from 0 to 1. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 0 to 1 is fine. I also probably want it to be quite small, like, I think 0.1 is gonna be a good number, but I'll have to try. So the idle animation is a status window. Oh, how do you mean status window? Like on a menu? Is the threshold in terms of the dot product? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, in terms of the dot product. So essentially, I'm gonna check the dot product of the direction and the direction with each of the enemies, and if it's within the threshold with any one of them, it's gonna correct the direction to go exactly towards the enemy. So since I have the combat zone, and I mean, I would have to check combat zone. Though to be fair, I'm also, maybe I should also have like a, no, I won't have a larger detection on the projectile. That's how I'm gonna correct it. So if the active combat zone isn't now, for each of the enemy base, enemy in active combat zone enemy list, yeah, it's an enemy base, that's cool. If the vector 3 dots I guess wait, no, the absolute value of the dot product and all that 1 minus. Because I essentially care if, you know, they're on the same, if they're almost the same direction, which if it is, it's gonna go towards 1, since it's an absolute value. So whether it's like reversed, well, I mean, I probably do care. So you know what? Screw the, instead of that, clamp it. Yeah, clamp that. Green means health when hit will change and low health to be sad. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, then it's good, and it has like a nice animated feel to it. So yeah, that's good. Hey, Saffron Works, welcome. Oh, and thanks for the follow, M2K2. Okay, so yeah, I do care if they're also facing the same way, because I wouldn't want the arrow to be corrected if it's going like this, but it's closer to the opposite, and then, you know, correct it to go. Yeah, that couldn't work. So instead I'm clamping this. So yeah, obviously if it's perpendicular, I'm way off, and if it's anything on the negative, I don't care. Again, it's way off. So yeah, Hey, Sparrow Game Dev, welcome. Uh, oh, I mean, I didn't say, to remove the hair movement, but maybe you could offset the cycle a little bit so I think, it was bobbing on a different frequency than it should, but I mean, that was just my idea. Hey M2K2, what I'm working on? I'm working on some ranged combat stuff, which I will show in a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show it now. Since a bunch of people apparently joined. So I don't know if you've been on any of the previous streams where I was working like on combat with that stuff. But on the previous stream I set up like some animation and aiming for the ranged attacks, and now I'm using the same projectile as the enemy right now as placeholder. But yeah, obviously something I need to fix is how fiddly it is to actually aim properly. I got lucky there a few times. But like if you offset it by a little bit, then yeah, you're screwed pretty much. So that's what I wanna do. Yeah, see, I mean, I should be able to hit the enemy there. Also, that's totally random, but I haven't landed on what I want to do with the lighting in this game. Like, I want cel-shaded characters, that I know. And I mean, some elements, I guess, look good cel-shaded, like the trees and all that, they can look fine cel-shaded. They have like a nice charm to them, especially compared to the lighting being, the softer and all that. But I do like the nice look of baked lighting and like soft lights and all that. So something I did, which maybe some of you will find cool, but maybe others won't, I don't know. So the way I have set up the lighting is that the directional light and the point lights have like this kind of sharp attenuation. So even if you increase the range, it's like really sharp. It's like this sharp circle. But and also like the shadows obviously work with that. So yeah, you can see here what's going on with that. But I might mitigate the thing that, with the softer lighting by making the spotlights actually have a normal attenuation. So you see, this is actually softer lighting, and you can actually see here how it would look if it wasn't cel-shaded. So yeah, and also this is all deferred, so these lights, as long as they're not casting shadows, they're essentially free. Yay! Hey Sabik, you like the arrow trail? Yes, it is particle systems. I can show it to you a little better to see. Okay, so it has a trail as well, so you can see it when I'm moving. It has a trail, but it also has particles. Oh, they're in the trail. There you go. It's a particle trail, which leaves particles in walled space based on movement. So it's emitting. It has a rate over distance, and it's using lines. Ribbon trail renderer on the particle system to connect them and make this kind of nice electric ribbony thing, which looks cool. But I'm also planning on changing that because it doesn't really. I'm not 100% happy with it, and I want something more chunky and stylized to fit the rest of the thing I have in mind. So maybe I will change it at some point. I don't know. I just like making VFX, so yeah. Children of the Sky. Oh yeah. Oh I'm not sure if they have cell shading. They have, and I have checked out the game way too much, especially in terms of rendering. How much time have you spent on this project so far? Good question. I have worked on it mostly on stream, so I don't know, multiply a bunch of streams by like 2 and 3 hours. I don't know. But I guess in terms of months, it's like, I want to say 3 months, but I have also lost the sense of time. So yeah, I mean, just a few months, but I don't work on it too much on my spare time. Oh, Sparrow Game Dev, it's not exactly out of the box. So I've shown it a lot in the past. I actually did it on stream. I'm using a custom deferred shader for the cell shading, which means that it all gets applied automatically to everything. So even if I actually, I've shown that too, if I make a sphere, a unity sphere. Oh, you're talking about the ribbons. Oh yeah, I thought sorry, I thought you were talking about the lighting. Yeah, that's out of the box in Unity, and you can do it like even with no textures. I think that trail doesn't even use any textures or any weird materials besides like an emissive one. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, no textures, just, you know, emissive. And I could even not use particles for it. I mean, yeah, it has the particles, it has like small dots between the ribbons, but I might as well not even use those. Anyway, yeah, out of the box, pretty much. No custom shaders or textures or weird stuff, anything, or code. Yeah. Okay, back to what I wanted to do. Yeah, I wanted to clamp the projectiles to the direction going towards an enemy so that it's not so hard to aim. Yeah, that's about it. So if that's smaller than the aiming snapping threshold, if I could see here to enemy, that would be enemy.transform.position minus transform.position, and you know what, normalize that. Normalize vectors for directions. That thing is really cool. Yes, when I was recently mobile in the URP. Yeah. Well, deferred is coming now to URP. So the new universal render pipeline that every game should get made just got the thing that existed in Unity for the past 10 years. Anyway, yeah, not gonna rant about URP either. Again, I mean, I've done it too much already. Yeah, so wanted the direction and the dir to enemy. Dir to enemy. Alright, so are we all familiar with dot products? I'm gonna open Inkscape for this, I guess. So if that's the case, then actually we'll correct that to dir to enemy. Fairness, URP was really good for mobile. It has been trailing. Yeah, URP is really good for mobile. I mean, and you know, built-in is good for mobile because everything in mobile was already built with built-in, so it's not like, you know, it was impossible to do that. But yeah. I'm not gonna engage further. I have shared my thoughts on Europe in the past, pretty much on every stream. So yeah. Yeah, please do. Because, yeah, it's not like I don't want to rant about ERP. I obviously want to do that because I do that a lot. So yeah, the code is accessible for review. Oh god no, god no. Especially not for review. The code is awful. Yeah, I mean, I've written most of the code on stream. I mean, I don't find a lot of I don't think there's a point in sharing the code itself because like the code is the game, and I'm not really planning on open sourcing the game itself. Maybe parts of it because I have said that I'm thinking about making a new grass system based on this, which is like, this is Joyce's grass system, but I wanted to do some stuff differently that work in my workflow, and I wanted to do something like that, and that I could like put it out in the open, maybe open source, maybe GitHub repo and whatever, make it available for people, because it's crazy that it's 2021 and Unity still doesn't have proper grass in any of the render pipelines. Anyway, referring to the shaders, I mean, again, they're a bit tailored to the project. Most of them are already out there, by the way. I mean, the sky shader that I'm using, I have a tutorial on it with a source code out there. The radial blur which I'm using for the impact effect, again, there's a tutorial with open source, not open source, but like the code out there. The deferred shader stuff is not out there. I was thinking of making a tutorial on deferred stuff at some point, but I don't know if you've been following my tutorials. There's not a lot of them lately. Having a bit of trouble with that, like personally. Top-down view, is there a specific reason you added the rendered sky? Or is the viewport not the default? No, yeah, you don't really see the sky, not when looking there, but there will be like cutscenes, especially at the start and the end, where you'll be seeing the sky, because the game is gonna be called, you know, the Crescent Sun, and the whole story is gonna revolve around the fact that the sun is shaped like this, and there's lore about it. So, you know, there will be hints about that. But yeah, I guess there's not really a big point in showing the sky now. Okay, let's see if this actually works. Yeah, you can see where it snaps. If you see the green lines, obviously the threshold is quite big at the moment, because like you can see where I'm actually shooting and where it's actually hitting. Like, see this? Yeah, this might be a bit of a ridiculous advantage for the player. Like, you can see that I'm shooting over there and it's going there. But you can, the snapping thing works, so that's cool. I can actually reduce that since it's a public thing. So it can actually go something like 0.05. Let's see about that. yeah, I still haven't managed to make it so that, you know, you're aiming the way you really want when after you're finished dashing, so that's something. But it's feeling good here. Yeah, it's like that feels good. You could possibly add a small variance the further away. Oh, that's cool. The further away you point out in the snap, the more it randomizes in a much smaller area, and the more on point you are, the more on target it is. Could be dynamic based on the distance. Yeah, same as power game dev. It could be dynamic, yeah. Though essentially, I mean, the angle is still the angle. So I mean, you mean, how would it work? I mean, the further away you are, it should be like more forgiving, right? Or less forgiving? When it cuts and sub between 30 degrees, it makes a random in 5 to... Oh, oh, you're saying adding some random jitter. Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah, I think that I would like it to be more forgiving and more, you know, accurate. I don't mind, you know, because as you can see, you can still miss. It's not like it's giving you the hit automatically. I mean, yeah, okay. Maybe, yeah, maybe it needs to be adjusted with distance and make it like more forgiving the further away you are. Because that's where you'd have the most offset. My approach would be less forgiving for moving targets. Yeah, there's also that. I mean, eventually the enemies will be moving. I haven't even played with that concept. Alright, so weird snapping the enemies not in the screen. Oh, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, because I mean, it's not like I have laid out the whole game and how the combat zones will look like. Like, I mean, you know, maybe it will be in such a way where, you know, all the enemies will be actually in your viewport. Though I think that Death's Door makes it so that, you know, even if they're off screen, that you might be able to hit them. So yeah, I'm not sure. Can also be an accessibility option to totally make it easier, harder to aim. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And I'm all for that. And yeah, the thing that this is dynamic also really helps with that. Oh no, that's thanks so much for all the suggestions, really, Sparrow Game Dev, because yeah, as I mentioned, I haven't worked on combat ever. Like, I've never tried to make anything like 3D combat and especially make it feel good in the past. So yeah, all that's really valuable, and I'm obviously learning a lot and, you know, applying all the things I've learned from other games, and I don't know, it feels good working on that. So I can have a minimum aiming snapping threshold and a maximum max aiming snapping threshold. Yeah, I know I could make it a vector 2, but I wouldn't have the sliders that way, so whatever. And the vector 2 for aiming snapping distance limits. It's a weird name, I know, but that's essentially, you know, what okay, so wait, I'll get to it. I'll get to that, I promise. So I have the vector there. Floats aiming snapping threshold. It's gonna be a lerp between the min aiming max, whatever, this thing and that thing, and the T is gonna use the magic function of inverse lerp from the aiming snapping distance limits. Snapping distance limit X, aiming snapping distance limits, snapping distance limits Y, and the distance of the deer to enemy, so that's length, magnitude, sorry. And now I can, no, you know what, just normalized that. Yeah, does inverse lerp clump? I'm not sure, but I am gonna clump it. Clump. That's a big line of code, but yeah. Yeah, actually I think lerp clumps and there's lerp unclumped, which doesn't clump. But I'm not sure what inverse lerp does, so. Alright, so let's add that. So when I'm, I don't know, the maximum distance of 20? I don't know, I have no idea how the distances look like. So when you're close up, you have a much smaller threshold of like 0.01. And when you're at the maximum distance, you have a clumping threshold of 0.1. And between the distance, you lerp between the two. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Something weird. Wait. Hold up. Something was weird there. Yep. Normalized. Thank you. Yeah, that's on me. Okay, so I still get some clumping help here and there. the closer I am, I think it's less forgiving. Yeah, you see? Especially if I'm like this close, I can still miss. But, you know, it's easier to aim. But the further away I am, it's more forgiving. You can still miss. It's not like you hit every time. But that's also adjustable, and you know, depending on how it feels, I can adjust it. But it feels cool. It feels cool. Ow. Feels solid. Also, I'm not gonna be able to shoot like that. It's probably gonna need like a charging a little bit at least. Yeah, I'm gonna add another one. That actually was the next step, but I'm not gonna have the targeting, the target selection. The code is still there, but I will actually hit that out. Hey, Mathis. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hit the target aiming code out, because when I added it, the camera was also working a bit differently. It wasn't locked like it is here. Well, yeah, isn't that how? I don't know. I mean, it seemed kind of Greek to me. So yeah. So yeah, the camera here is locked, so I'm not rotating it, so there's not a big need for target aiming, target locking like I had before. So I'm probably gonna hit that code out, but I am gonna add more enemies, like spread them around, just to see the add one here, just to see, you know, how the aiming works, and to see if I can still aim and like not always hit everyone. So yeah. Gonna be a tough fight for me. I mean, yeah, it gets my overall purpose of who to aim towards. That is, if I actually manage to also make the aiming after the dash correct. And you know what, I mean, it's not like it's gonna be really important if you hit another enemy while you wanted to hit another one, I guess. Well, I mean, obviously it's not great to change the purpose of the player. God damn it, stop it. Pass through arrows. Damn. Yeah, I mean, that could be a fun power up or something, like an upgrade to the weapon or something. Though I don't think that the game will actually reach that kind of depth before it becomes like Breath of the Wild in terms of size, but whatever. Hey, Sizzle Gizzle. yeah, it's pew pew. Yeah, the combat feedback also feels great. I really like it. There's a problem with snapping. When you were left side is snap to the furthest enemy. I might also have changed the position of. I mean, it's a bit hard to tell where I'm looking towards and where I'm aiming at, so I'm not sure what to tell you about that. But in my hands it feels alright. I mean, it gets the general intention. So, and the closer I am, the easier it is for me to differentiate. So, you know, I can go like this, and like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. The closer I am, because the correction is less forgiving, it's easier to change between them. It doesn't lock into one. But like the further away you are, I guess it's a bit tougher. Line them up. I mean, if you're talking about this, I mean, I'm changing because I'm closer. Because I'm closer, it's easier to change targets, I guess. I don't see that as an issue, to be fair. You know, always having somebody to shoot is good. Yeah, I will change how these projectiles look. I mean, they're also really small. When I was making them, they were looking nice, but then I pulled the camera away, and I really want to go like. I need to go big with the VFX to make them more visible and more satisfying too. Like I was playing Hades the other day, and I was trying to notice how their VFX work, and they're like ridiculously excessive in terms of, you know, how big the character and the weapons are and how big the area the VFX represent is. It's like crazy comparison. Camera effects is making the combat feedback more engaging. Yeah. Well, okay, Sparrow Game then. Yeah, hopefully we'll have more interesting stuff next time you join in. So thanks for joining, and yeah, for all your comments. They were really valuable. Oh yeah, the camera second distortion. Yeah, yeah, they offer a lot, but like one of the most important feedback elements here, and it's really subtle, but it's like really juicy, and it's the frame staggering. It's, you know, stopping the time scale for like a really small duration, but it has like a really nice impact of, you know, you just got hit. And combine that with like, yeah, the screen shake, and also there's rumble on the controller. And when the player specifically gets hit, let me see if I... There's the radial blur effect, along with the screen shake and the frame staggering and all that. And actually I need to make the player also glow white. You know what, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, hit stop. Rainbow ring around the orbs in Hades. Rainbow ring around the orbs. Yeah, you can call it hit stop or frame stagger, or I don't know, it has a lot of names, I guess. The rainbow ring around the orbs. Well, I guess I would make, I mean, it's probably just like a texture, a VFX texture. there's plenty of ways you can make something like that. You can make one in Substance Designer, or you can make it in shader by lerping colors. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, the way the rendering in Hades works, like, it's a work of art, really. And in other games, really, especially Hades and Transistor, I've been like banging my head against the wall to figure out which parts are actually 3D and which are 2D and how they layer them on top. It's like, you know, it's the kind of stuff that I could go insane over. So yeah. Okay, so I wanna make something else now. And I want to see if this is gonna work. If it's like not press only, but like press and release, or yeah, hold instead of press. I've been making these games for a decade now, yeah. Many textures from all the different angles. I don't think so. I mean, not for the 3D elements, at least. At least to me, it sounds like a waste of time and resources to do it like that, like get different angles and put them over on the 2D. Most likely, they either actually have the 3D model in there, or they probably do something like in Brawl Stars, where they have the 3D elements, but they actually render them somewhere off screen, and they put them on a render texture, which behaves like a 2D sprite. Thanks for the follow, Lady Azura. But if you do find that article, send it over, because I obviously might be mistaken. You know, oh yeah, I know Dan's work. I mean, honestly, Dan's channel, the making stuff look good in Unity and later in video games, is like the reason I'm here, to be honest. Yeah, that's how I learned about how Brawl Stars do it. Yeah, obviously didn't know that before. I love Dan's channel. Okay, so now oh yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd keep it all Unity themed, so I have a Unity editor style for the stream. I could actually go the extra mile with that, and that's actually something that Daniele, the Do Twin guy, that's something he did for a talk where he actually made an editor window in Unity that showed the webcam. So, you know, I could actually dock it somewhere in Unity and not block a lot of the editor. Yeah, that would actually be a fun thing to do. Okay, so alright, so the new input system boasts being like so versatile and all that, and has all these different interactions. But what if I want? I would probably have to do it manually, right? But I was thinking, you know, right now I set it to be on hold, which by the way isn't doesn't mean that it triggers while you hold it every frame. It means that you have to hold it for like 0.5 seconds and then it triggers once, as if, you know, it's like essentially it's press and hold. It's not just hold. But what I want is to hold for a little bit, and then if you release, it gets triggered. Then doesn't in real time 3D render, do development 3D render and animate pen of our characters. Yeah. Oh, they do that from many different angles, which is what they were doing in the game. But I think they have actual shadows that look 3D at some point. Must feel of 2D games. Yeah, no, I believe it. Just, you know, crazy. I wouldn't do it like that. Doesn't need real-time 3D rendering. Yeah, I mean, I would assume that they have really automated the process. I mean, obviously they're not dealing with the thousands frames manually in any way. Yeah, I mean, probably, you know, they would have their own kind of asset pipeline and asset management system to, you know, you have like an animation and you don't care for the fact that it's like 100 frames of an animation, I guess. That's interesting though, because like all the 3D animations are so fluid. I think that damn, I really need to play Hades again and see that. Oh well, anyway, thanks for sharing and for correcting me. I mean, yeah, it's just that I wouldn't do it like that. But you know, it worked for a while. Yeah, so I don't want it right now. It's like press and hold, but I want it to actually trigger on release after a little bit. So how do? Okay, if it's like press, but like release only, press point, amount of situation control required. Do I have a processor? No, that doesn't help here. Okay, should I do it like with the value? How would I do that with a new Unity input system? Okay, it's a value and I guess any. I can check if it's being pressed while aiming, and if so, it's charging, and if charging and then you release it. Damn, that's sounds kind of annoying. I mean, I could just do it like Hyper Light Drifter, where it's, you know, you have a gun essentially with limited ammo. Okay. Okay. I need to do something. Okay, so let's screw that for now. Oh, okay, damn it. Okay, let's see. Layer in controls shoot. Oh, sorry. Layer shoot. Face. Pose. Answer design perform started and waiting. This doesn't help like at all. How hard was it to get a computer science degree? Well, I mean, depends. Obviously depends on, where you try and get it. My uni, I think I can safely say that like the subject matter of my uni was, well, I don't know what for which one you're talking about, Pandemonium. It's not really easy. Like, don't ground it like that. Oh yeah. On DIT, yeah. Yeah, that's my Department of Information and Telecommunication. Yeah. It's not like it's so easy. All right. For me, it was fine. I had fun with the course and the modules. I liked it, to be fair. Even if they were more low end and more, closer to the processor stuff, like a lot of C, a lot of compilers, a lot of system programming and all that stuff. The most difficult module, compilers, hands down. But it was also the most rewarding. Like after I finished the module about compilers, my third eye just opened about how languages and like how the processor works. But it was quite hard. But I really loved it. Okay, what are the interactions? I'm curious. Okay, damn it. Interactions. What is that? Input system interactions. Oh, it's input action interaction. No, what? Okay, no, I don't know what that is. Very really useful. Just add you to the one community. Yeah. Yeah, I can confirm. Obviously, yeah, there were. If the professor wasn't really into it and they weren't really helpful, or if they didn't really care, then yeah, obviously that made the module harder for sure. Yeah, and there's also that. I consider myself to be lucky in that regard because I hands down knew that I wanted to work with game development, right? And back then I didn't really know about technical art. And if I knew, because I can safely say that I've put the hardcore programming days behind me. Because I mean it's just not for me. I was doing alright at school, but I'm not. I wouldn't be able to go program like hardcore low-end back-end stuff. So yeah. How to commit? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What Exoradom said. you don't really learn, and you don't really exactly remember everything, because also you don't have to remember everything. I mean, you know, nobody remembers stuff in computer science, whether that's game development or otherwise. There's Google and there's Stack Overflow. You don't have to remember stuff. What you do learn essentially is, as Exorandom mentioned, you learn how to learn. So, you know, you get into the process of learning how stuff work and how to learn about that stuff and how to work towards learning. And also you get some really good groundwork and some good theory on which you can, you know, you can use later on however you want. Like, again, as I mentioned, I've put those days behind me, but you know, when I'm comfortable enough to do bitwise operations using C# in Unity, or you know, if I ever need to open an unsafe block which deals with pointers and stuff like that, you know, I have that knowledge if I need to. And yeah, modules like compilers, as I mentioned, really opened my third eye when it comes to programming and how what I'm writing gets translated over to the machine and what works better and what not. It's not like I'm applying that stuff always, but at least, you know, I have it at the back of my head. So yeah, as Sizzle Gizzle said, it's working on stuff that's really making you fluent. It's all about experience and, you know, practically seeing the use of that stuff, because it's a very practical science, unless you want to go into more, I don't know, the more mathematical side of stuff, of things. I still don't know how to use in Unity's input system though, so my CS degree is pretty much useless in that regard. Alright. Okay. Hey, Calcifer. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just struggling with Unity's input system. Somewhat accurate soon. Yeah, there's people like that. I have a friend from uni who was and still is like really into C++ and that kind of stuff, and you know, she's amazing at that. And you know, that's just not for me. I found my calling in with graphics and shaders and VFX and pretty stuff. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try something else. Player combat. No. Player combat. Well, I wasn't actually implying that, though I can say that C++ is not reading, but I was mainly talking in sense of graphics and aesthetics. But no, you know what? No, C++ is alright. It's not Python. Alright. You know what? Just starting really player input controls, player shoot. Just debug that, just so I can see what I'm working with. Read value, so give it to me. You don't need the degree, just as good. You expect sometimes figure out how to achieve it as a learner. Yeah, exactly. Doing something you're passionate about it's what it's all about. And as Exo Random mentioned, it's a cool thing that the field of computer science and game development especially is one where the degree doesn't really mean all that much. Though do keep in mind that there are practical reasons where a degree might be good to have. Like some employers might be hesitant to hire someone without a degree, not because the degree means anything, but it's easier for bureaucratic reasons to hire someone with a degree, because they can I don't know, maybe if they're on a different country, they can get them a visa more easily and stuff like that. So yeah, don't dismiss the degree completely. It's good to have it, and in the long run it will also give you some nice groundwork. Come on. Okay, all right, so okay, that's working. Yeah, it will give you some nice groundwork for whatever you want to learn after that, but obviously following your passion is the most important thing. And yeah, Cecily, I didn't mention that one language is better than other. I just said that Python can go screw itself. Different thing. Okay, how can I check? Do I really need different actions? Okay. Okay. I just need to charge and fire on release if that's charged. Why is it so hard? Okay, it is okay. I already have the if is aiming, so I don't know, somewhere there. If player input controls players should value load. No, all your friends are afraid of C++. Good. It should be. Right. I don't know anymore. I mean, it shouldn't even really be in here. Okay. I'm leaving it here temporarily. Private load, charging. Yeah, Unity is C Sharp. It's not C++. C Sharp is like Java, but good. No, it's not. I mean, no, you don't write C++ in Unity. But you might have read that Unity is written in C++. And yeah, the actual program is. But yeah, no, what you're writing is C Sharp. You're not writing C++ for Unity. Charging, shooting charge of 0. I don't know if this will work, but I'll try. So if shooting charge and math shooting charge plus, I don't know, kind of delta time multiplied by 10. I don't know, that I will change that. Yeah, that will happen either way, but if the shooting value is or equal to 1, then wait, not shooting value, sorry, shooting charge. It's shooting charge. Oh, I need to hydrate. Thank you, Sizzle Gizzle. Is there any game you would have loved to be a part of? That's a great question. Death's Door, maybe. Though, while it's really pretty and the art direction is amazing, there's not so much. I would have loved to make the water, I guess. The water is really cool. But you know what? Scratch that. Not Death's Door. Inside. Maybe Inside. Inside is like a technical marvel. I would have no idea how to contribute to that, but I would have loved to have the knowledge to contribute to that. Other game, maybe Breath of the Wild or Young Souls. Young Souls is like the whole art and aesthetic of it is amazing. I would have loved to have contributed to it. Actually, there's a bunch of games that I would be like, I would want to reach out to the developers and ask them, can I please make something for this game? But I cannot remember at this time. Every time I get this question a lot, but I never remember all the games that I would want to answer. Yeah, Pandemonium, I have learned the inside GDC talks by heart, almost. I've seen them so many times. I don't think I could contribute to it because, like, essentially they turned the rendered pipeline on its head and they did like crazy stuff technical wise, and I still don't think I have the knowledge to contribute to something like that. Like, yeah, Inside is a technical marvel. I actually watched the talks before I played the game, and when I ended up playing the game, and mind you, I played it on the Switch. I didn't even play it like on the computer. I played it on the Switch, and I was still awestruck by the tech and how amazing it looked. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Extra Random, for valuing my wisdom. Okay, so I wanted to, you know what, screw them for a bit. Okay. Alright, let's see. So, charge. Is that a lot? Actually, yeah, that's a lot. White long beard. You know, I'm trying for a long beard, but like, this is the best I get. And you know, if I don't want to look like I'm homeless. Okay, so all right. Ding. Shoot. Okay, I think this actually kind of works, but I want to see it in action through all these messages. And yikes! Actually, go over and oh shoot! No, I won't. Oh yeah. Here you go. Not really needing that anymore. I wasn't really needing that before. So by the way, I had an idea for something, but I want your opinion since you're all here. So first of all, how many of you would be interested in like shaders and shader tutorials in general? I mean, yeah, ignoring the fact that I do that. Oh, there you go. The idea is Visual Studio Code, and I have a bunch of plugins. But yeah, how many of you would be interested in like shader tutorials in general? But like small form factor. Hey, Jackson. Yeah, no, I had this idea, which honestly I'm not sure if I can pull off, but I was thinking of small, really small factor, fun TikTok shader tutorials. One problem is that I downloaded TikTok yesterday and I felt that I aged like 20 years. Both from like the people on there and from the cringe as well. But I haven't seen enough tutorials on there and not enough game dev like content on it. And I was thinking that like a small factor thing on there could be fun. I would just have to tap into my inner zoomer. Okay, so this is working, by the way. I'm almost out of water. Yep, last drop. Thanks though. Yeah, so I don't know. I was thinking about that. Not sure if it's a good idea or not. It's certainly not a good idea to keep that in here, but it's in here now, so what can I do? I mean, it's out of my hands now. I will do something a bit silly, but whatever. Just to get a bit of feedback, and I don't think I will actually go much further than this because I wasn't planning to have a really long stream today. Yeah, truth is, I'm not sure either, that's why I'm asking, but it seemed like a untapped market at the same time as, you know, maybe there's not that kind of content on there because it's a bad format, or like it's not, as you mentioned, the best platform for that. So yeah. Yeah, Loner Wolf wasn't. I mean, I know it's 2 hours long already. But yeah, I mean, it could go on. I've done 3 hours and 4 hours in the past, so I would want to avoid that. Thank you. Output system. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I thought you had a tone in your text. Can I get money directly from that? I have no idea. Honestly, I don't really care. In case you don't know, I'm not really in the whole tutorial business for the money. I don't do it for the money. I don't even have ads on my website. But a friend used for their indie games and they got... Yeah, it seems that some indie games like became really viral and got like hundreds of thousands of likes and whatnot. And yeah, that got me thinking about... I mean, even if they weren't very technical, just showing stuff about sailors and all that, maybe that could be interesting. But again, like every time I tried opening the app, I just felt energy getting drained from my body. Like I could not understand how these people have all this energy to do that. Why not just YouTube short tutorials? Because I don't really have the time for proper editing. So yeah, I don't know. I was under the impression that maybe TikTok videos would be easier for some reason. I don't know. Peer plays, yeah. They have some great tutorials. I think we're talking about the same. Yeah, Peer Play. They have a really amazing tutorial series on ray marching. I think it's like the best one I've seen for Unity. Yeah, and they have audio stuff too, as far as I know. Charts. bow particles, whatever. God, oh, I need to refactor this so freaking bad. Okay. Player combat. Play. Okay, I'm doing this right now just as a kind of debug thing. Essentially, I just want to have some sort of feedback when the bow is charged. So that's what I want to do. So go here. Gonna make some really quick particles. Again, don't really want to go crazy with that. So charged bow. Gonna be a sphere. I'm gonna have just this, not looping, so just this, stretched, glow. Which glow? That glow? No, that's additive glow. I don't want that glow. I want that glow. That's also additive. That's more glowy. Yeah, blended. Yeah, but I want. Yeah, that's the stuff. Did I do all the 3D assets? Yes, I did. I mean, there are not so many 3D assets. I mean, there's the terrain, which you can sculpt in Unity. The trees I made using a Unity plugin called M3, but I designed the trees, I guess, and made the texture for the leaves and the shaders. And I have also modeled the player character. Yeah, I did not model him on stream. I did him a while ago because I tried to make this game in the past as well. More 0.3, 0.5, so just quite larger speed, so like 10 to 20, but make that dampened. Size over lifetime, make them like this, and add some noise, but why not? More dampen. Smaller radius. Oh, you like the bark on the trees? I mean, honestly, I don't even think they have. Yeah, they don't have any textures or normals. It's just generated from the M3 tool. Yeah, it's actually this one right here. That's the M3 asset, and you make a prefab from that. Oh, thanks. More? No, you know what? I don't want the noise. And don't make it a sphere, make it a circle. Make it a circle like this. I mean, that's supposedly just placeholder, so maybe I'm spending too much time on that, so yeah. Yeah, I think I actually got that on the same Humble Bundle. And yeah, I think it's one of the assets I've used the most from a Humble Bundle. Yeah, sometimes there are Unity asset store packages from Humble Bundle. I think there still is one which has some really good stuff like Odin and Bakery. Is that over now? No, they don't have the M3 on this one. Okay, Pandemonium. Yeah, I won't keep it much longer, just so you know. But yeah, thanks for joining. Oh, there is another one? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there is one right now and has a lot of nice assets and all that, but it has Bakery. Bakery is an asset, if you don't know, a great asset for light baking, GPU light baking, global illumination and stuff like that, and it's amazing. It's so fast, so good looking, so many cool stuff and features, and it's criminal that such a good light baking solution has to be third party. Anyway, yeah, and I actually paid full price for it and I don't regret it. You know what? More. Okay, let's assume again this is supposed to be just placeholder. So again, I am wasting too much time on that. Wrong thing. Player combat, here you go. Okay, so technically now it will play the particles. Whoa. Damn. Whenever it's ready, but yeah, obviously I don't want that to be every frame. So okay, if certain charts, then add, otherwise do that. Oh, and again, I don't want that to be every frame. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure how it makes money, but it does. And it also has like a small publishing firm as well, the Humble Originals. And yeah, it's making money. Okay, obviously that didn't fix my problem, so okay, just, I mean, we're already here, so oh, cards, false. False. Whatever. Just charge that and don't play the system. Yeah, I think that should do it. Yeah. Obviously, I will add some particles to let you know that it's charging. Yeah. Do you ever plan on publishing your own commercial games? Am I more content with personal projects just for fun? First of all, I'm never content, especially with personal projects. Ideally, I would want to publish my own commercial game. Like, I guess that's my end goal. To put something out there for money and, you know, have it be good enough. I don't think I will ever make a masterpiece or something, but, you know, I wouldn't cry if I made my own Undertale. But yeah, I know how unrealistic and how rare that is. I'm not delusional. But I would love to even be able to make small games and put them out there. Not maybe as a sole source of income. I mean, no, I wouldn't want it to be a sole source of income too. I mean, making personal projects is very taxing, especially mentally. Long story short, if I weren't streaming, I probably wouldn't be working on this. It's not easy to find the motivation to work on a personal project for me, so I'm not sure if I would be able to do that like for a living. So yeah, I mean, mostly I'm just having fun, and I'm just doing things for the sake of doing them, which is always just cool on its own. But you know, if I end up releasing something and selling it and making some money from that, and especially if people like it and it means something to people, then yeah, I'd be happy with that. But you know, it's not my main goal. Oh yeah, I wanted to just increase the charging. All of this should really just go over to the layer combat script. Make it 3 times as fast. Do I know recompile? I do know recompile, yeah. Have you finished it? I have it here. I've started playing it too. Haven't got too much into it, but I am playing it as well. Okay, maybe that's too fast, but it's okay now for me to try out things. Praised how quick they ported that into HDRP to ship it. Yeah, I know. How? Unity VFX outage reacts where you look at VFX in games and talk about how you think they managed to get that effect. Oh, I actually did something like that on stream. I have some sort of, just did like 2 or 3 times. A small like Twitch stream segment which I called Technically Playing, which yeah, I was just, you know, playing through some games and just commenting on some interesting tech stuff that I noticed, which I think people would be interested in. But I mean, at least these streams I did weren't so popular. So yeah, maybe I'll do them again. But it's also like a bit of inconvenient in terms of, okay, I have a big screen. It sounds like I'm flexing right now, but I essentially have a super ultra wide, and I'm obviously just streaming 1080p. So you know, if I want to enjoy a game on the PC, I want it to play on full screen, but I can't stream it if it's on full screen because it's 32:9 and a lot of pixels to stream to. So it's inconvenient in that regard. But yeah, I have done something like that with a couple of other games. I did it with a Sable demo, and I did it with Rhyme. And yeah, I'm open to doing that again with some other games as well at some point. Yeah, I did it with Rhyme. I actually finished it on stream. It was devastating. But I mean, a lot of the tech of Rhyme has been already shared by Simon. You know, with a Simon Scribed account. Yeah, a lot of Wolf remembers. Okay, so the charging thing seems to work. Obviously, again, I will make it so that it has clear feedback. Oh, there seems to be some residue when I have that charged and does, and then yeah, maybe it should reset or shoot when you're dusting. Yeah, maybe it should shoot if it's full and you're dusting, kind of like Hades. Yeah, it's not available anymore. I mean, it wasn't as much inside because there's only so much stuff you can say about the tech, and then, you know, you play the game, so there's not a lot of content in there. But with some more tech-heavy games, I would love to do that. So, you know, any suggestions are welcome. In any case, I pretty much accomplished the stuff I wanted to accomplish here. I think I will do at least one more stream on ranged combat to replace the placeholder VFX, fix up the code a little bit, make it pretty. Also add some sort of bow model and maybe some sword model as well, because right now I'm just keeping with the elongated cube. And yeah, I think I will call this here. 2 hours 20 minutes. Not great, not terrible. But anyway, thank you so much for joining on this weird random Sunday stream. I think the next one will be on Tuesday, same as like back to the schedule. Yeah, wait, I'm waiting. Raids? What do you mean? Like Twitch raids? But I mean, I'm not quite sure how that works also. I have to look into that. Anyway, yeah, so I guess if nothing changes, I will just see you Tuesday. Yeah, maybe some fun VFX will take place. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, damn. Oh, you didn't have to donate. Thank you so much for that. yeah, see y'all. Have a great rest of the day or night, and I'll see you Tuesday probably, or the next stream.